Yeah, speaking of show me your friends, I'll show you your future. I believe you're friends with the one and only Donald Trump.
Yeah, I had a chance to meet President Trump at his home Mar-a-Lago with my son Luca, and we arranged to get an eagle, American bald eagle, on top of Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution, and it was presented to President Trump at Mar-a-Lago. I wasn't there for the actual presentation, but I was called in to do some restoration work. The ocean air kind of oxidized part of some of the gold, which is odd. It created some film because it's open air. Anyway, I went down there through all the Secret Service. I was there with my son, and we cleaned it up. It was beautiful, and President Trump had requested to meet me, and he came around the corner, and he made an ice cream sundae for my son in his living room with his model 747 jet on his desk.
That's so sick.
And we sat there for about an hour, and he said, "Mark, this is amazing. This is incredible. It's my favorite thing. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever been given." And he brags it up. It's everywhere now. Every photo op at Mar-a-Lago is the eagle and the Constitution.
This was recent, right?
This was a couple years ago.
Okay.
Oh, this is the first time.
Yeah.
Is the first time.
Okay.
Man.
So
it's
I had a
multiple
chance to meet with him, and it was really neat. And I said, "Well, Mr. President, I'm doing a life-size version." And I said, "So if I get a life-size version, then do I get around the golf?" He goes, "Done." I said, "Okay." So his gal there who runs the Mar-a-Lago, she's a sweetheart. Her name is Heather. I said, "You heard that, Heather. I get a golf with the president." And sure enough, I built the life-size version. It went to his golf course in Doral, which is amazing, by the way. 3 golf courses on 800 acres in Miami. Oh my gosh. So that was a grand unveil, life-size eagle on the scroll, another great thing. So I got to go to Doral for the unveiling with him.
When was this?
This was about a year ago.
A year ago, okay.
And then I spent 7 hours with him on the golf course, and I got to tell you what, I mean, people, they either love him or they hate him. And if you hate him, and if you've never met him, you will change your opinion on him, because he's one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. He misses nothing. I mean, nothing. Highest IQ guy. I mean, just brilliant. So when we were on the golf course, I've never known anybody drive their golf court up on the greens, which I thought was pretty funny. He's a scratch golfer. And that guy hits a golf ball right down the middle every time. He lets you know about it. That was a great shot. He goes, "No, it was an incredible shot." But listen, big egos. He's got a great ego. It's big. But you know what? I admire that. So I spent a whole day with him. But what I got to see is not a lot of people got to see him treat the people that had never met him before. Every person on that golf course, and there was people around, groundskeepers. He walked up to me and gave him $100, $100. Didn't matter who it was, $100. I saw how he treated those people, and he treated them with the greatest of respect I've ever seen. And it was like, "Mark, should we move these trees here?" I said, "Well, I don't think so." "Why?" He goes, "Well, because there's a building behind." He goes, "Oh yeah." So this guy micromanages the dust on the sidewalk to the color on a building that's a half a mile away, to the palm trees, the way they look, at every level of what he does while he's golfing.
I mean, you've only met him 3-4 times, so you've noticed this. So
I saw it. We walked through the pro shop. There's a little speck on, because we got to get that cleaned up. Can you please vacuum? And he was the way he manages things, the way his mind works, is the kind of guy you want running our country.
Yeah.
He's not a politician. He's a businessman. This guy, America is the most complex business machine on the planet.
Yep.
You can't have a person who can't run a lemonade stand running the most complex business machine on the planet. But
amen to that.
Back to what I said, listen, he's a brilliant guy. I saw a level of respect to his staff that was amazing. He is incredibly brilliant, one of the best marketers I've ever seen in my entire life. And his place is phenomenal. It was a great day. I actually had a Donald Trump burger, and then I said, "I got to go." 7 hours, he wore me out because he's so high energy. By the way, he only sleeps an hour to 2 hours a day, if that.
Wow.
He just doesn't stop. But and he's one of the funniest people you've ever met. He's so funny, you're laughing for 7 hours. It's like,
That's
what?
awesome. That's awesome.
I can't believe the way it's not really a joke. It's just the way his mannerisms are that just had me. I thought it was pretty funny, but.
Yeah.
It was really an amazing experience. And then, just recently, my wife hadn't met the president. One son did. We had a chance to present another piece to him, 2 more pieces at Doral, another eagle called the Ascending Courage, an Eagle on a Flag. And we got to spend some more time with him there. And I asked him, I said, "Mr. President, should you get elected for the 3rd time, I want you to make me point on restoring all the monument strips from our nation's capitals." And not a lot of people do this, but 1,100 statues were taken from parks, buildings, government properties, and melted down. And you don't erase history. No. And he says, "Mark, when I get elected, you've got the job." So that was a great honor.
This was recent?
This was just a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
weeks ago, yeah.
But it's amazing. Listen, love him or hate him. I think he's a phenomenal businessman. He didn't need to run for president. He lost billions of dollars getting creamed by the other political party. He didn't need to get sued or thrown in jail or persecuted. He did it because he actually believes in this country.
He loves the country.
I saw it in his eyes. I heard it in his voice. There wasn't anybody around. He was telling me, I felt the energy. I felt the compassion. He loves America.
Yep.
And I saw that. That resonated to me. And he's the right guy for the job. But it was a great experience, an opportunity for us and our company to be able to restore those monuments that were taken down from our nation's capitals. And it was a great thing. I really enjoyed it. It was really a neat honor, actually.
Yeah. Speaking about him putting himself at risk for the country, what are your thoughts about what just happened here on Saturday?
Well, first of all, it takes a lot to evoke a tear out of me. When I heard that on Sunday, I couldn't talk. That was disgusting. And I sat down and I thought, and I looked at it, analytics, I thought, oh my gosh, if he hadn't turned his head, that bullet was in the air when he turned his head. That's by an act of God that he is still here. That made me sick. I still haven't processed. It's hard to even believe.
Yeah.
It's shocking, and listen, no matter who it is, that's just the most horrible thing in the world. And you got to look at what the cause is. You got some young 20-year-old who was a registered Republican who's donating to progressives. It's deprogramming, it's desensitizing people to think that Donald Trump's some enemy of the state, which is not true. It's just a sad testament to what's happening in our country. You got these colleges that are indoctrination places dumping all this crap on these young kids. It's really a sad thing. So I feel sorry for America because it's still the best country left on the planet.
It's insane. Saturday when I heard the news, it's like I couldn't believe that's happening
I actually
in America.
can't watch the video. I get choked up just because of the people, the thing. They're there wanting to get something good, and then all of a sudden bullets are ringing out to the crowd. It's disgusting. It's a tough thing to swallow. It made me sick.
God gave him another.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, one of the questions I had too was I don't understand how the Secret Service didn't do their job. I mean, you've been through them. You've seen what they.
What's the process?
Yeah,
How
going
close
on?
can you get to Trump?
You can't. He's got rings of people all the way out 100 yards. That was a catastrophic failure. I don't know. I don't know the details, but at the end of the day, in plain sight, line of sight, somebody's going to get fired over this one. That can never happen again. I don't care who's up there or what party you were related to. That is insane. That should not happen.
Never.
And it's a horrible thing. I can't believe that happened. So somebody's going to lose their job over that one, and they should.
Yeah,
many people.
They said the shooter was 100 to 150 yards away. I mean,
They found the guy. They saw him. The people were waving the police down, and I heard some stories. I don't know whether they're true or not, but one story was that the Secret Service saw him and they said, "Can I take a shot?" No, you can't take a shot until he takes it. Wait a second. You can't take a shot until a shot's been taken. That means the president's dead. Then you can kill the guy. It's like, oh, you just take the shot.
How?
I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it's a sad day in our country when that can happen to a political leader. I'm sorry, it's just disgusting.
It is.
And then, not to get too controversial here or too conspiracy level, but there's some people like Andrew Tate or Alex Jones who predicted this would happen. They predicted that there would be an attempt on assassination, and they've been speaking really loudly since Saturday, and they are saying it's going to continue. They believe it's going to not stop until it happens
Probably
again.
not. I mean,
I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but I just kind of
when you say you're going to uproot the deep state and disruptor of a political party, you're going to have some upset people. I mean, yeah. He had a wall of security around him when he went into the RNC yesterday, and hopefully he stays protected. And again, no matter who it is, you got to protect our leaders. So the Secret Service needs to step it up.
Is it true that Secret Service didn't want to offer more security, more help?
Well, the presidential Donald Trump and his team requested from the Secretary Mayorkas additional Secret Service support on 3 occasions, and they were all denied. Now that's a problem.
That's a problem.
And there was a bill that was being pressed to strip President Trump of his full secret. That would be a disaster. So, there's failures all along the way. But listen, any past president needs to have protection for the rest of their life. They make decisions when they're the president that's life changing, that they're authorizing strikes on terrorism, and you've got people that want to kill him for the rest of his life. He needs protection. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
You got to protect our political leaders of our country.
Especially Donald Trump, because he was a good president. He was.
I mean, listen. if you don't like low taxes, low crime, this is common sense 101. I'm not railing on Biden, but what I'm saying is President Trump, when he was elected, we had the best tax rates, we had the greatest growth of our country's economy in the history of mankind, our borders were secure, and crime was going down. Now, if you like high taxes, high crime, open borders, and vote for Biden, I just...
No, yeah.
Come on,
I mean, during Trump, my company grew 30% year after year.
Yeah, we went vertical.
Yeah.
I mean, we went
So-
vertical. It was amazing. Everybody I know in construction, or whether you're selling fencing or decking, I mean, the arrows pointed north. There were green arrows across the board.
Insane.
And
Everybody's
it will
making
be
money.
no different. If President Trump wins again, you will see the economy hit levels. You'll see the Dow go through 60,000. You will see. Everybody wins. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to win. Everybody. That's my personal opinion.
It is,
I
yeah.
don't think I'm wrong,
true.
but
You've had experience. I mean, you're
I,
speaking from
at the end
experience.
of, listen, I have 60,000 clients around the world. They are the smartest people on the planet. And I get input from every single day. It's like field research. And they all tell me whether they're running Costco's or Walmart's or this or that or oil can Henry's or selling paper clips. When he was in the presidency, everybody was booming. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Okay, well, prayers out there for Trump and his
Yeah.
family and the whole country. I think the whole country
Absolutely.
needs
America
to take a
took a
step
shot.
back.
Especially for the people that lost their lives.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. We don't talk about that enough either.
The families that got injured and killed that's just a tragedy. I mean, I could have been me, could have been
Yeah.
you, could have been anybody.
Yeah.
Just, it's a horrible thing.
Our prayers out there for everyone.
Absolutely, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.